Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. Look at this headline from crypto media outlet You Today. Ripple co-founder Jed McCaleb made U-turn on selling his last 5 million XRP. Here's why. And this story goes on to cite that just in case XRP goes to $589, he just wants to make sure that he's hanging on. They're reporting this as actual news. Well, the problem is, it's not at all true, and I'll explain just how far off course You Today has veered. They done got tricked, son. Also, I want to share with you this story, and I think most of you are going to appreciate this one, as XRP holders under attack by the SEC and Bitcoin maximalists and the like. Here's the headline from You Today. Charles Hoskinson responds to Michael Saylor calling Cardano a security. Here's what he says. Now, mind you, Charles Hoskinson, co-founder of Ethereum, founder of Cardano, and he also has been stating since the very beginning days of the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit that he does not believe that XRP is a security, and he seems to get the big picture, which is that, frankly, at least this is a big part of it, that the asset class, it's all under attack. All of it's under attack. Everything is tied together. And these Bitcoin maxis out there, they just seem to have this idea that they're just purely because Bitcoin's the first cryptocurrency ever to exist. That's the safe one. But everything else is a security and or a scam. And I tell you, the more I hear Charles Hoskinson speak, the more I like him. And I gotta tell you, I transcribed something that he said. It was an awesome rant. And you tell me after I share this with you if it doesn't sound exactly like Moon Lambeau. It sounds exactly like me. I could just pretend that I came up with this, and you'd be saying, "Yeah, that sounds like you." But before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Now, I'll assume at this point that you are aware that Jed McCaleb, who's the guy that came up with the idea for XRP, he's one of 3 creators of XRP in the XRP ledger. He initially had 9 billion with a B, 9 billion XRP, and he's almost completely out. In fact, here, I'll just show you the latest numbers right now. At the time that I'm recording this, he's down from 9 billion at his peak, holdings of 9 billion, down to 1.1 million with an M. Almost completely out. So, if he does indeed keep selling, he's out tomorrow. Well, actually, technically today. At the time I'm recording this, I record at weird times sometimes. It is 12:58 a.m. So for me, anyway, in Central Standard Time here, that would be today if he sells yet again. And it's not a guaranteed thing, especially according to You Today, crypto media outlet You Today. And again, here's the headline. Ripple co-founder Jed McCaleb made U-turn on selling his last 5 million XRP. Here's why. Now, the problem is, what they're covering, and they cover this as if it's legit. I can't believe they fell for this. I seriously can't believe they fell for this. They're covering this article from Crypto Town Crier. So they're literally covering. It's an article covering another article on the same topic, right? The only problem is it's satire. It's from the Crypto Town Crier, which is a satire site. And this article is titled, Jed McCaleb decides to not sell his last 5 million XRP just in case it moons. Look at their main page here. This is the home page. This is hilarious as I go through. Let me read you a few of these headlines. And these are fake news stories, obviously. How about this one? BitBoy starts an OnlyFans to survive the crypto winter. And there's a fake picture of him right there. And some of these actually are pretty funny. This is completely absurd, of course. Then there was this, new Fox Business show, Crypto with Gasparino, to showcase blockchain and workout selfies. Yeah, that's completely real. And then there was this is actually hilarious. Bitcoin and crypto started pumping recently. If you've not seen, we're on a bit of a relief rally. I'll talk more about that in a separate video, but look at this fake, well, I mean, it's a real headline. It's just a satire story, but this is the headline. This is the title of the piece. Bitcoin surges 5% today. But you might want to check the price after reading this article because the bastard might be back down again. Could not be more clear. This is a satire site. And it gets even more funny. Go down a little bit lower here. Mike Novogratz Beach photos reveal more tattoos of failed cryptos. You got a fake picture of him, which is hilarious because he actually did get Luna tattooed on his arm, and he displayed that in January. That actually happened, of course, as you well know. Luna has gone to zero. Here's another one. Some of these are seriously funny. Gary Gensler visits Sesame Street to teach kids the dangers of approving a Bitcoin spot ETF. And how about this one? Oh, this is one of my favorites here. Man confused why his digital cartoon of a monkey not holding its value. This is some good stuff. I'm just saying, I just want to make it crystal clear that this is completely satire here. But here's the way that You Today actually covered this. I don't know, how do you fall for this? It is so clear. And I like You Today, but my gosh, how it is you fell for this? Here's how they actually covered this. And this is, again, this is the actual story from You Today. Former Ripple CTO and co-creator of XRP Ledger, Jed McCaleb, revealed on Friday that he is keeping his remaining 5 million XRP just in case it rallies. That's actually a false quote, as I showed you here, or maybe it said it later in the article, but the title is just in case it moons, actually. Anyway, You Today continues. According to CTC news reporters, as if it's an actual legit news outlet, they call them CTC news reporters, or Crypto Town Crier. According to CTC news reporters, McCaleb stated in a Zoom call, quote, "If you think about it, it would be really stupid if I sell it all. I mean, what if it really does go to $589 a token? I could be rich," end quote. Now, mind you, he basically has more money than God. He's been selling for years and years, and actually the better part of a decade at this point, and that's fine. I'm not complaining. I actually legitimately don't care. I'm glad that he came up with the idea for XRP, so whatever. And my gosh, like, I don't know if he's a billionaire, maybe he is, but if he's not a billionaire, he certainly has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. So the idea of him holding in case XRP goes to $589 a token is completely absurd. And here's another fake quote. "I don't know, maybe it's this inflation, maybe the cost of gas, but I just have this feeling that holding the rest of this XRP is going to give me and my family more security," end quote. How did You Today actually think that that was a legitimate news story? I don't understand. How gullible can you freaking be? But I'll tell you what is real. Charles Hoskinson's rant against Bitcoin maximalist Michael Saylor. And again, I want to cover this for a number of reasons. Like I said at the outset of the video, the more I see Charles speak, the more I like this guy. Seriously. And he's saying the same stuff that I've been saying, speaking out against the maximalism and all this nonsense about anything but Bitcoin is a security. It's complete garbage, obviously. And so I wanted to highlight this for those reasons, and also because, frankly, like he is with us. Like he's part of the crew in terms of this idea of crypto as a community and ending the tribalism. He's on that bandwagon. I'm completely on board for that. And by the way, I happen to have been holding Cardano since 2017, right after I jumped into crypto. Still holding it. And this just makes me extra happy that such is true. And so, you know what I did is I actually went ahead and I just, I printed up a transcription. I transcribed this myself, actually. Because, again, all that happened here, and I don't feel like I really need to read this whole story. There's a bunch of news outlets that were covering this understandably. This one's from Crypto Globe, titled MicroStrategy CEO Michael Saylor. Pretty obvious Cardano is a security. Now, Michael Saylor, he does not know what in the ever-loving hell he's talking about when it comes to securities laws. Now, I may not be a lawyer. I just play one on TV. But I'm telling you, this guy doesn't know what in the ever-loving hell he's talking about. He legitimately does not. And I talked about that actually in a pretty recent video within the last several days or so, because he was saying the same crap just in a general sense also. I was like, wow. He does not understand the Howey test and the 4 prongs associated with it. He just literally does not get this. And so, so Charles Hoskinson, he was asked about this in an Ask Me Anything session about what are your thoughts on Michael Saylor saying that, Cardano is a security. Mind you, Michael Saylor, like, his entire financial existence is reliant upon Bitcoin not going to zero. Like, his company has bought an absurd amount of Bitcoin. And, honestly, that takes guts. Like, I do give him credit for that. He's, he clearly has strong faith and belief in that. So, okay, I get it. I have confidence in things too, so I can kind of relate on that part. But It's the Bitcoin or bust type of mentality that I just can't get around, because he's just attacking the rest of the world of crypto, which is one of the things that disgusted me most when I jumped into crypto at the end of 2017. I was all excited. I was like, oh, wow, we're part of something that's kind of neat that almost nobody on the planet knows about. I quickly found out, though, that I was the enemy of the Bitcoiners, many of them anyway, purely because I thought that XRP made sense, and I still do, obviously, because it's solving real problems for real people. I know, right? Who would have thought that would be important? So anyway, here's what Charles Hoskinson had to say, and so this is this is a word-for-word transcription here. What are your thoughts on Saylor claiming Cardano as a security? Michael Saylor is the Tone Vase of this cycle of, him and Jimmy Song, this cycle of crypto. So back in the day, we had Tone. He's this podcaster. He's still around, and I like Tone, but he had this thing that everything's a scam. It's a scam if it's a scam. Everything's a scam. Oh my God, it's a scam. He even had this thing called the Scammies. It was his award ceremony, the Scammies. So I'll just pause to note, the concept's kind of funny. But Tone Vase is completely ridiculous. He is an XRP hater. He's a Ripple hater. He says that it's a centralized crap coin that's just nothing but a scam. He literally believes this, or at least he purportedly does. He says it all the damn time. I've covered Tone Vase over the years from time to time. He's another one of these Bitcoin maxis out there that I don't know how to take seriously, because you guys know me if you've been following me for a while. Like, one of my biggest things is, like, I want to surround myself with people that I believe are telling the truth. I want to surround myself with people that I believe, at least, are saying things that they believe to be true. When it comes to Tone Vase, I don't think for a moment he's being intellectually honest about a lot of the stuff that he's saying surrounding crypto. That's where I have a problem. And you'll see as I go through this, Charles Hoskinson has the same concerns with Bitcoin maxis in general. So he happens to like Tone Vase. Okay, fine. I'm not such a big fan, but it is what it is. Anyway, so Charles Hoskinson continues. So now we got Mike Saylor, who is like, Bitcoin is the way. Again, it doesn't do anything. I can't build a decentralized power grid. I can't build a decentralized tokenification company. I can't build a decentralized computer. I have no identity solution. It's not programmable. So I don't have decentralized apps and decentralized finance. I can't even issue an asset, so I have no NFTs. It's all outside of that. But don't worry, Layer 2 protocols that are highly centralized will somehow solve all of that. Great. So that's great. It's the best thing ever. It's magical. And who cares about the mining and all this? Everything else is a scam, and everything else is a security. Nobody controls it. It's completely decentralized, far more than Bitcoin. It has more use and utility. So, pause and note, of course, he's talking about his own coin at this point, saying that it's more decentralized than Bitcoin, which I argue XRP is more decentralized than Bitcoin. Ever heard of a 51% attack? There's just a handful, this is me speaking here again now. There's just a handful of major miners in the world of Bitcoin, and if they collude, you got 51%. Just a handful of them. So in terms of decentralization, like, you don't have that same concern with XRP and the XRP ledger. Just saying. So anyway, Charles Hoskinson continues. He says, nobody controls it. So he's talking about Cardano, of course. It's completely decentralized, far more than Bitcoin. It has more use and utility. People buy the token not to speculate, which is the only thing they can do with Bitcoin. They buy the token to use it for stuff. I don't know, medical records and whatever the hell else they're doing, because it has real life utility. But that's a security. But the thing that the only thing you can do is speculate on is not. So he's referencing Bitcoin there, obviously. That's the one. The one there you can't do anything, that's not the security. Then he says, and by the way, I'm going to have to censor a bit of this. I'm going to use the word eggplant in eggplant emojis in place of what he actually said. So if you don't get the cut of my jib, I don't know what else to do to help you, but I try to keep this channel pretty family friendly. So I'm just going to censor this, but he did say the real words that I'm censoring here, and it's actually pretty damn funny. He says, I think Mike's head is all effed up and screwed up. It's just one of those cases where he's eggplant deep. Full eggplant in with Bitcoin. So it's gotta work. This is a fun video to record, I gotta tell you. Full eggplant. I never thought I'd say that on the Moon Lambo channel, but here we are, folks. This is what you come here for, right? Full eggplant in. And seriously, if you don't get that, like, I don't know, ask your parents. I don't know what to tell you. Get the birds and the bees talk, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, Hoskinson continues, and he says, if it doesn't work the way he hopes, he goes bankrupt. So I don't pay much attention to it, and I don't think it's a productive conversation at all. And frankly, the most difficult, toxic, and useless people to engage with are Bitcoin maximalists. Whew, I gotta pause there to give a little clapperoo. Hell yeah, that's accurate. This does not sound exactly like me, and he's not quite done. But this does sound exactly like the crap that I say. And then he continues, he says, they're not intellectually honest. Like Jimmy Song saying that at any given time, a proof-of-stake system, somebody could just arbitrarily take all your money and shut it down. It's not honest. It's just libel. It's not true. Protocols don't do that. They feel they have no burden of proof and evidence in the statements they make, and then they say the only thing that matters is their thing, even though their thing doesn't do anything. It just stores value. Okay. Does that not sound exactly like what I've been saying for years on end here? And it is, so he called it libel here. He says they're not intellectually honest. That's exactly what I've been screaming against right here. I hate the tribalism and nonsense. I don't believe that they believe what they're saying. Just like I don't believe the SEC believes the arguments they're making against Ripple and the crap they say about XRP. And then they'll say stuff that the Bitcoin maximalists, like, Ripple can just print more XRP. XRP can be frozen. All this made-up crap. And it does confuse people, and it does concern people that are new and jumping into crypto and don't know any better, and they're just trying to understand stuff. They're deceiving people intentionally, and it's so repulsive and disgusting. And so to see him state this, I just could not be more on board, and it makes me happy that I was already doing this, obviously, but since 2017, been holding Cardano. So I will continue to hold it. I'm going to, and so fine, I do happen to be one of those people that I'm not actually using it for anything. And I'm also not using XRP for anything, though. That doesn't mean that others don't. Of course, there should be people that just want to speculate on it. Same for Bitcoin. Like, I don't have a problem with that being done with Bitcoin. But there is utility. People do get functional use out of XRP, and he says with Cardano, which I don't... I get it. Smart contract platform. I'm not intentionally following it quite the same as I do with XRP and a couple other ones that I'm super duper interested in. But nothing but props and respect here as far as what Mr. Hoskinson is saying. This is a fun video to record. Isn't this ridiculous stuff? I can't believe you today fell for this stuff about Jed McCaleb. So that was ridiculous. But, man, as far as the stuff with Michael Saylor, when he's saying this bogus nonsense crap about Cardano being a security and this and no. I just don't buy that. I hate the tribalism. Like Michael Saylor, my gosh, I agree with him on a bunch of stuff in general. But and this is easy to agree when it comes like to how like the United States dollar is being debased and crap like that. I could sit there and agree with him for hours on end and have long discussions with him were I ever to actually speak with him, which isn't going to happen. But then for him to turn around and then just stab everybody else in the back that's in the world of crypto, I'm just like, nope, cannot get on board with that. Let me know what you think, but I'll go ahead and wrap up here. I am not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Lambo.